Imagine taking a test or driving a car with the cognitive impairment of someone who is legally drunk. That is exactly what your brain does when you skip a night of sleep or don't get enough of it. As college students, we tend to sacrifice sleep to finish assignments, unaware that this choice directly sabotages our ability to learn, pass exams, and maintain our GPA. Chronic sleep deprivation severely affects the brain by disrupting the way we think, memorize, and the time it takes for us to process things. Balancing a full time job while going to college has led me to experiencing this mental situation firsthand. This has also led me to dive deeper into chronic sleep deprivation and the short and long term effects it has on our cognitive health. Today, we will be looking at how this issue affects our cognitive state, first, and how sleep loss affects our critical thinking. Then, we will also explore how it disrupts the way we memorize information. And finally, we'll also examine the toll it takes on our brain while trying to process things and how it is nearly impossible to do so. Now that we have stated how important sleep is to our mental health, let's look at just exactly what happens to our critical thinking when we don't sleep all night. Sleep deprivation severely affects how we critically think and the way we make decisions. Higher usage of mentally processing things like logic, problem solving, are the first functions we seem to lose and degrade rapidly when we have sleep loss. In fact, as highlighted by the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine in 2005, research shows that the specific neurocognitive domains governing higher cognitive functions and executive attention are the most vulnerable to acute sleep loss. For example, in a classroom setting, this means that a sleep deprived student will struggle to form arguments during the essay exam. They would also misread simple multiple choice questions that they usually would never have problems with. Degrading our critical thinking skills is a major hurdle, but sleep deprivation doubles the impact by also disrupting the way we memorize information. Without a proper amount of sleep, the brain starts to lose its ability to transfer new information into long term memories. As Dr. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at the University of California, Berkeley, famously stated, an exhausted brain acts like an email box that is completely full. Until you sleep to clear out those fax emails, any new information you try to learn is simply going to bounce off. For example, when you stay up all night to study for a morning exam, your brain's inbox is already full. As a result, those new formulas or vocabulary words will literally bounce off your mind the moment you scan your exam paper with your eyes. While losing your critical thinking and ability to memorize are massive disadvantages, sleep deprivation delivers the final blow by severely slowing down your brain's ability to process things. Staying awake for long periods of time causes the cells in our brain to communicate in a very deprived state, which then delays our reaction time and awareness to our surroundings. According to research published by the National Institutes of Health, sleep deprivation causes severe cellular level communication delays. Between neurons, this sluggish communication impairs your awareness and slows down physical reaction times by up to 50%, creating a mental deficit equivalent to a zero point 0.5 blood alcohol level. For example, if you are driving home tired after a long shift or study session, your brain cannot process hazards like a car pulling out in front of you, and you lack the awareness to stop in time because you are tired. In the end, whether you are trying to stay safe on the road or succeed in class, skipping sleep is a risk that is simply not worth taking. Today, we took a deep dive into how losing sleep affects our brains. We covered how it destroys our critical thinking and how it blocks our ability to process and memorize things. Ultimately, staying up all night damages our cognitive system by affecting the way we think, learn, and process information. So, I leave you with this. The next time you stay up all night, just remember you're not gaining time. Instead, you are stopping your brain from working in a safe and proper manner. Thank you.